It's looking real rough for Diddy. He's caught up behind bars, facing legal trouble that even his star power can't save him from. Over the last few months, Diddy has been wrapped up in a whirlwind of controversy, with his name linked to everything from FBI raids to some of the most shocking accusations in the industry. In this video, we're diving into what's really going down with Diddy's recent arrest, the deep trouble he's in, and the shocking details about his life behind bars that might just leave you speechless. The shocking arrest. Diddy's luck finally ran out on the night of September 16, 2024, and the way it all went down was nothing short of dramatic. Homeland Security agents swooped in, catching the hip-hop mogul completely off guard at a luxury Manhattan hotel. One minute, Diddy's living his high life, thinking he's untouchable, and the next thing he knows, the feds are knocking at his door with cuffs in hand. But let's keep it real, this wasn't just some random raid. This arrest had been brewing for months. The feds were playing the long game, quietly working behind the scenes to build a case under a sealed grand jury indictment. They kept everything on lock, so no one really knew what was coming. Here's where things get interesting. Sources close to the situation revealed that Diddy's arrest was actually supposed to happen the following day, September 17th, but something changed, and the feds decided to strike a day earlier. What makes this whole situation even crazier is that Diddy knew he might be getting arrested, just not that day. According to his lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, Diddy had actually relocated to New York, thinking he was doing the right thing by cooperating with the authority. In his mind, he probably thought he still had some time to handle the heat coming his way. But nah, the feds weren't playing. When they moved in, they caught him completely off guard, proving that he wasn't as in control of the situation as he thought. On the very day he got arrested, Diddy was out living life like nothing was wrong. He was spotted chilling at Central Park, catching some sun, soaking up the rays like it was just another day in the life. Not only that, but he was even out here interacting with fans, taking pictures and flashing those signature smiles like everything was good.
I'm not lying. Oh, they beautiful.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Really nice meeting you.
Hours later, Diddy was seen again, this time with his son Christian Combs. The guy looked completely relaxed, not a care in the world, still moving like he was untouchable. Just 30 minutes before his world flipped upside down, Diddy was seen chilling outside with a group of friends, probably laughing it up, totally unaware that the feds were closing in. And then, like something out of a movie, Homeland Security rolled in and arrested him. No time to process, no warning. The man went from sunbathing to handcuffs in a matter of hours. And just like that, the game changed. The very next day, the sealed indictment was revealed, and let's just say it's not looking good for Diddy. The indictment against Diddy paints a pretty dark and twisted picture. It alleges that he was running a whole enterprise involved in trafficking, forced labor, and even arson. According to the feds, Diddy was using threats, abuse, and straight-up coercion to keep control over women and the people around him, all with the intent of protecting his reputation and fulfilling his desires. These allegations reflect a pattern seen in 11 civil complaints filed against him since 2023. But it gets worse. The indictment also claims Diddy wasn't just using his power to control people. He allegedly forced women into these orchestrated performances with other men by keeping a tight grip on their careers, getting them hooked on drugs, and making sure they knew that their financial support would disappear if they didn't play along. And if these charges sound familiar, it's because they are. This is exactly what people were speculating about earlier in the year. Back on March 25th, 2024, the FBI raided Diddy's homes, and rumors were already flying that it was connected to these very allegations. On that fateful day in March, teams of federal agents, including Homeland Security investigative officials, descended upon two homes associated with the renowned music mogul and entrepreneur Sean Diddy Combs. On that day in March, federal agents descended on two properties linked to Diddy. The first raid happened at a lavish mansion in Holmby Hills, Los Angeles. Now, the house wasn't directly owned by Diddy, but it had close ties to his company, Bad Boys Film Production. It was a spectacle. SWAT vehicles surrounding the property, making it impossible for anyone to miss. At the same time, agents were raiding Diddy's Miami home, which he had bought only a year earlier. The coordinated effort between New York, Louisiana, and Miami sent a clear message. This investigation was massive. After the raid, videos popped up online showing Diddy's spots, looking straight up trashed, rooms flipped, stuff scattered everywhere, like the feds left no stone unturned. There was a lot of confiscation, electronic devices, files, anything that could help the investigation. Witnesses even spotted FBI agents walking out with boxes and bags of evidence. After Diddy's arrest, police revealed that law enforcement seized narcotics and over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant from his homes in LA and Miami, raising eyebrows about what was really going on. And just when you thought things couldn't get crazier, a day after the raid, Diddy's associate, former Syracuse basketball player Paul Brendan Paul, was arrested at Miami Opa-lawka Executive Airport. Turns out, Paul had contraband stuffed in his travel bags, which he owned up to before they even searched him. Once the test came back, it was confirmed: cocaine and house. Paul managed to get out on a $2,500 bond the very next day. But it doesn't stop there. Paul wasn't just some guy caught with drugs. According to a lawsuit, which we'll dive into later in this video, Paul was allegedly working as Diddy's mule, handling the dirty work, procuring, transporting, and distributing a serious range of substances. We're talking ecstasy, cocaine, ketamine, weed, mushrooms, and even this mysterious drug called T. Now, T isn't just your everyday street drug. It's described as a pink powder that's a powerful mix of ecstasy and cocaine. Paul was allegedly sneaking all these substances right through airport security, hidden in his carry-on, like it was no big deal. At the time, the real reason behind these raids was kept under tight wraps, leaving everyone guessing. But now, looking at how things unfolded, it's clear those raids were setting the stage for Diddy's arrest. All the pieces finally connect. After the arrest, Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, didn't hold back. He told the media that they were disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Diddy by the U.S. Attorney's Office. In a statement to TMZ, he painted Diddy as more than just a music icon. He called him a self-made entrepreneur, loving family man, and proven philanthropist who spent 30 years building his empire, raising his kids, and uplifting the black community. Agnifilo didn't stop there. During a press conference, he doubled down, making it clear that Diddy is innocent and ready to fight these charges. While Diddy's legal team is gearing up for a fight, social media was on a whole different wave. One person posted, "He'll fit in just fine in prison. He's gonna love it there." Another chimed in, "That must be one hell of a case the FBI has on Diddy." Someone else wrote, "Diddy's arrest is going to start a domino effect and I'm so here for it. Get all the nasties out of here." People's reactions make it clear. While Diddy's arrest was a shock, it was a long time coming, especially when you start digging into the wild allegations like the ones brought against him by Lil Rod. The Lil Rod case. Back in February of this year, renowned music producer Rodney Jones, also known as Lil Rod, hit Sean Diddy Combs with a bombshell lawsuit accusing him of sexual harassment and assault. The details? Let's just say they're so shocking, folks believe this case is one of the big reasons Diddy's sitting behind bars right now. According to the lawsuit, between September 2022 and November 2023, Jones was invited to work on 9 tracks for Diddy's Love album. During that time, Jones didn't just work with Diddy, he practically lived with him, spending months at Diddy's residences in Los Angeles, New York, and Miami. And it wasn't just at home. Jones also spent several weeks on a yacht rented by Diddy in the U.S. Virgin Islands. But it wasn't all luxury, because it's alleged that the lines between work and personal life started to blur in some seriously uncomfortable ways. Throughout his time living with Diddy, Jones claims he was constantly subjected to unwanted groping and touching. These incidents supposedly went down in LA, New York, Florida, and even on that luxury yacht. On top of that, Jones was allegedly forced to work in Diddy's bathroom while Diddy strolled around naked, showering in a clear glass enclosure. Feeling uncomfortable and humiliated, Jones expressed his concerns to Christina Coram, Diddy's chief of staff. But instead of addressing the situation, Coram brushed it off with, "You know, Sean will be Sean." She downplayed Diddy's behavior, even labeling the inappropriate touching as friendly horseplay, saying it was just Diddy's way of showing that he liked him. But the allegations didn't stop there. Lil Rod also claimed that Diddy tried to groom him into sexual activities with fellow producer Stephen Aaron Jordan, better known as Stevie J. Diddy allegedly promised to pull some strings and make sure Lil Rod would win Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he went along with Diddy's demands. The lawsuit goes even further, detailing a wild Thanksgiving day in 2022 at Diddy's Miami mansion. According to Jones, Diddy, visibly intoxicated, offered him cocaine, which Jones refused before heading to the restroom. But things took a darker turn when one of Young Miami's cousins suddenly burst into the bathroom and started groping him. Jones believes that Diddy sent her in there to sexually assault him. She then dropped to her knees and tried to perform oral sex on him, but Jones pushed her away and left the bathroom. However, she didn't give up. She followed him out, undressing and attempting to straddle him right there in front of Diddy and his staff. Once again, Jones pushed her off. According to the lawsuit, this incident paints a disturbing picture of how Diddy allegedly used people around him to orchestrate these situations, making it hard to escape or reject his advances. The lawsuit even includes pictures from that day, showing Young Miami and her cousin, further backing up Jones's claims. But it gets even crazier. Jones claims Diddy provided him with footage showing people engaging in sexual activities at his homes, footage Jones believes was recorded through hidden cameras set up around Diddy's properties, and it didn't stop there. On multiple occasions, Diddy allegedly took Jones's cell phone and started recording himself, leaving Jones with hundreds of hours of footage and audio. According to the lawsuit, this footage shows Diddy serving underage girls and sex workers laced alcoholic drinks at his parties, all while drugs like ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, weed, and mushrooms were being passed around. It even claims Diddy was displaying and distributing unregistered illegal firearms, turning his homes into a hub for serious criminal activity. The lawsuit also includes screenshots from the footage, allegedly showing Diddy with young girls and a sex worker, further backing up the claims against him. But it wasn't just about the sexual misconduct. Jones dropped another bombshell, accusing Diddy of covering up a massive shooting. This added a whole new layer of seriousness to the lawsuit. According to the claims, on or around September 12, 2022, Diddy held a writers and producers camp at Chalice Recording Studio in LA. It wasn't just Diddy there. His son Justin Combs and Justin's friend, referred to as G, were also present, along with a bunch of other musicians. Things reportedly took a wild turn one evening when Diddy, Justin, and G got into a heated argument. The tension was so thick they had to move the conversation out of the studio and into a nearby restroom. Jones says he was sitting just 2 feet away when he heard the commotion, and that's when it happened. Multiple gunshots rang out. Jones described going into shock, thinking he was next, scared he'd get hit through the door because of how close he was. When the shooting stopped, a crowd gathered around the bathroom. The door opened and out walked Diddy and Justin, calm as ever. But G was on the floor, curled up and bleeding from his leg and hip. Everyone just stood there, frozen, while G was bleeding out. Frustrated, Jones jumped into action. He dropped everything, ran to G, and started applying pressure to his wounds. Realizing G was bleeding from multiple spots, Jones lifted him and sat him on the toilet, yelling for someone to call an ambulance. As the paramedics arrived, Jones helped G to the front, but by then, Diddy and Justin had disappeared into another part of the studio. According to Jones, Diddy then gave strict orders for everyone to tell the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He even forced Jones to lie, instructing him to say that